Hey, what's up YouTube? Now I'm going to talk about HTC One E8. So what's different? The casing is polycarbonate and available in your choice of polar white or misty gray. Instead of the 4-megapixel equivalent ultra-pixel duo camera, you get a traditional 13-megapixel rear camera. The phone has 16 rather than the M8's 32 gigs of internal storage, though they both have a microSD card slot for storage expansion. Lastly, the E8 lacks the IR blaster for AV remote control, and thus there's no HTC TV app. Those concessions save you $100 on the contract and retail price compared to the M8. For those of you on GSM networks like AT&T and T-Mobile, there are GSM unlocked versions of the HTC design and ergonomics. Despite the different casing material, there's little different here from the HTC One M8. The One E8 has the same pleasingly curved back, microSD and nano SIM card slots, one slot on each side, and the power button up top. Unlike the M8, the power button on the E8 is centered and is metal since it doesn't double as the IR blaster window. From the front, you might be hard-pressed to tell the E8 from the M8 since it has the same full HD5 display and HTC boom sound speakers flanking top and bottom. We have the gray model in for review. Voice and data. Voice quality has been a mixed bag on Sprint in the Dallas TX Metroplex with sometimes digitized voice, but the HTC One E8 sounded very clear and full for both incoming and outgoing voice. Sprint's network is improving and the E8 is an excellent voice phone. It supports HD voice when calling another Sprint HD voice phone, and Sprint Spark that uses 3 LTE bands to channel bond for faster data speeds. AT&T and Verizon's version is XLTE. The HTC has GSM and 3G HSPA. Sprint shows data network improvements here as well, and even with 1 bar of LTE, in much of the Metroplex that's all we got. The HTC One E8 averaged 16 Mbps down and 56 Mbps up according to Oakley's SBEEDTS.net app. In one neighborhood with full bars, the phone managed an incredible 75 Mbps down and 12 Mbps up, showing the effects of cameras. The front 5-megapixel camera with BSI and a fast f/2.8 lens is better than most selfie cameras on the market. Again, it's identical to the M8's camera and it's a pleasure for video chat with less noise and richer colors. The rear traditional 13MP camera with BSI, HDR and panorama mode is a selling point in my book. I'm not a great fan of HTC's duo camera and its 4MP equivalent resolution. Yes, it does well in low light settings thanks to the larger sensor sights, but the resolution is too low for anything but small format presentations, and cropping results in noisy or watercolor-ish photos. The 13MP rear camera still has some typical HTC flaws such as blown out highlights in bright sunlight, but overall it captured good detail, rendered pleasing colors and was quick to focus. It's not the best camera on the market. The LG G3, Samsung Galaxy S5 and higher-end Nokia Lumia models like the Lumia 930/Lumia Icon and Lumia 1020 do a better job, but the One E8's camera is pretty good. It can record 1080p. Battery life. Again, just like the One M8, the E8 has a 2600 mAh lithium-ion battery that's sealed inside, and battery life is very good compared to today's flagship smartphones with big screens and fast CPUs. We had no problem making it through the day with heavy use and averaged 1.5 days per charge with moderate use. Should you need extra staying power, there are micro USB battery. Conclusion. The HTC One E8 is a literally attractive option for those of you who like me don't love the 4MP shooter on the M8, or prefer the grippy soft touch polycarbonate back to the aluminum of the M8. You'll save $100 too, though over the course of a 2-year contract or when spread out as monthly payments on Sprint Easy Pay, the cost of service will dwarf the phone's. Hey, what's up YouTube? Now I'm going to talk about HTC One E8.